Hello, everybody. Tarek37 here, and welcome to well, how to put this? So, I started recording an episode, and due to circumstances beyond my control, that episode did not record. I forgot to hit the record button. I'm not sure what happened, but at some point I lost the recording, and it is unrecoverable. But I will give you all a rundown of what happened. And in the session, and hopefully next time, I will be a bit more mindful of how well the game is actually getting recorded. So, I rolled, as you can see, the first thing I rolled to find out more about the starship. It said storage and computer. And I think how I saw that was, as you can see, it's been about over a week since I last fired this up. Storage computer. So in my mind, it's like a cargo ship, and I think my thought process was, oh, it has like an advanced computer on it, maybe to help like with navigation or the like when carrying lots of cargo. So, first thing I asked were there a lot of guards? And I said there were likely a lot of guards, but the roll came up as a no. Meaning that, oh, there aren't a lot of guards. So I saw there were 2 guards. So then I had to ask, okay, are there cargo containers still on the pad? Basically, can we like dive from cover to cover and try to sneak on board the ship? I was unsure about that, but the answer came up as a no. So, that's where we started running into a certain issue. That issue being, how do we get on board? Because odds are we're not going to be able to take them out fast enough. There's not really a good way to sneak on board. So, I think it was Cornelius, who came up with the idea for Charles to go see if he can talk to somebody. Find people who are not a fan of the Voltaire Collective and get them to somehow distract them so we can sneak on board. Rolled very high on the initial investigation check to find people. He found quite a few people. Unfortunately, he rolled awfully on his communication test to try to get people to help him, so basically no one was willing to help. So he came back and as I say, okay, no one's willing to help us. And so then I asked a very important question: is, are they leaving soon? With the thought process being, okay, if they're leaving soon, then they might be leaving soon. And if they are, we kind of need to rush them and then basically try to storm the ship, which wouldn't have been a good idea. If they weren't leaving soon, we could have potentially had a plan to not deal with that. To, like, come up with a better plan. And so, are they leaving soon? I was unsure. It was an exceptional no. Doubles. I believe it was, if I recall what it was a 100. So, yeah. And a random event happened. An unexpected random event that introduced a new NPC. Imprison environment. So, the end result of what I came up with was that the Voltaire Collective had abducted a Martian, or I don't think it was a Martian, it was an Earther, whoever they were a kind of leading researcher on terraformation. I don't know, like, I think at one point in my mind I had the idea that they were an Earther who was being, like, transferred over to Mars as kind of a olive branch, or like to help relations between Mars and Earth. Their appearance was average and regal. Which... How did I do that? Oh, I know. So average was like how they were dressed. They were dressed in like average clothes, but they carried themselves with a regal air about them. It's kind of like their head was still like held up high, like they were, you know, royalty. Their personality, I rolled that they were wise and good. So they were a good person. They were a wise person. So in my mind, they genuinely wanted to help, but they also knew they did not have the strength to. But they weren't going to do anything foolish like try to fight back when they probably don't have any combat skills. And then for the name, I got Va and location. So my mind came up with Valen Forest, and in my mind, when I heard Valen, I immediately went to a woman. The reason why is because of XCOM. Dr. Valen from XCOM. So I've been running with that. I keep calling her Dr. Valen. Cornelius does not recognize Valen. The reason I rolled the C was because Cornelius is from Mars. The Terraformation Project is usually on a lot of Martians' minds, for obvious reasons. He did not recognize her. And then I tried to figure out if Charles... I think I rolled this willpower test to try to figure out, okay, is Charles going to try to rescue this person, or is he going to try to like slip in while holding this person prisoner? And I think basically if he succeeded on the willpower roll, he would be more ruthless and basically like, okay, I'm going to try to use this to my advantage. She's still going to get captured, but maybe we can use this sneak on board. He failed it. And so he decided to try and basically intimidate / lie to the people escorting the prisoner, basically saying, hey, you have to let this person go. This also failed. I did not roll as high as I needed to. I set the difficulty. I think the difficulty for this was a 15, and this I think might have been like a... This I think was also a 15. So I got close, but no cigar. Cornelius was able to hit, and we were able to deal with 2 of them, but 2 more came by. And after about 3 rounds, unfortunately, Cornelius, he was injured and wounded. He is not doing well at all. But before he could die, the local Ceres station security force showed up and basically arrested everybody. I asked, would the guards attack the Ceres guards? I was unsure. The answer was no. They would not attack the Ceres guards. So, that is kind of where things left off. Charles and Cornelius and Valen and all the Voltaire Collective people who are still alive are going to be in prison on Ceres Station. And I ended the session, so that needs to be bumped up, I'm pretty sure. Getting mighty close to that next churn effect. And I'm going to bump the chaos factor up because, let's be honest, that was very chaotic. And I'm not going to roll for the next part yet, but I do want to see if the scene alters. Are there any alterations to this scene? The scene will proceed normally. So we're going to be in prison on Ceres Station. And we're going to have to figure out a way to get out of this situation, be it through diplomacy or escaping. Who knows? But thank you all for listening. I'm very sorry for losing the footage. Yeah, hopefully hopefully next time I won't mess it up. Thank you all again. Hope you all have a great day. Bye.